Welcome, guys, to this amazing course. This is Digital Content Creation Secrets by Coach Catch. Okay, so I know most people understand what content creation is, or probably it's a word that is popular. We all know what content creation is, but I'm sure this course would expose in-depth knowledge on content creation and then the secrets. There are things you need to know about content creation that can take you to the next, or that can take your content creation journey to the next level. Be it that you're a content creator for the sake of making a living out of it, or you're a content creator to use for your business, for your product, or basically to maybe as an affiliate marketer you need to learn content creation because it's one of the organic ways to get leads easily. Okay, let's move. Content creation is the new billboard without a fee. Yes. To put a billboard now, you're going to spend a whole lot of money to put anywhere. Like, even if it's a 4x4 size, you have to spend some good money. But the beautiful thing about content creation is that you can do it and do it for free. Okay? Yeah. So at the end of this course, you will be equipped with the following: introduction to content creation, creating a content strategy, audience acquisition, management, publishing, and then the concluding part of it. What is content creation? It is simply adding information to any media for a target audience. Okay? This presentation you're watching right now is actually content. Content is the videos, photos, podcasts, music, tutorials, etc. that you consume and interact with. That's basically what content is. Adding information. Now you need to distribute that information, so you're distributing it through a content. Okay? All right. The 4 E's. Now the intention is to expand, enlighten, educate, and entertain. So content creation is based on these 4 E's. I call it the 4 E's. Okay? So when we say expand, content creation enables or gives anyone the opportunity to expand themselves. Okay? So your qualities, your characteristics, and every other aspect of you can be expanded through content creation. So you are expanding your personality. Okay, so I think that's the word. Okay, so we have enlighten. So basically you want to create this awareness about a particular situation or anything. Enlighten comes into play. Educate. Yes, you want to teach people how to use a product, or you want to teach them how to be valuable to themselves. Education, yeah. And then entertain. Of course, we can't take off entertainment away from content creation, because when you call content creation in some part of the world, what comes into mind is entertainment, the comedy, the skits, and all that. All right. Pro tip: there is no specific type of content you must create. Of course, there are no specifics. Yeah. Each and every aspect of these 4 E's are big. They are big. They have big markets. Okay. Type of content. So we have the visual. Now the visual can be, you can relate it to those content that does not have audio, like animation and all that. Yeah. Then we have audio. Audio can be podcast. When you say content creation, the mind of everyone most people will go to audio visuals, social media content and all that. That's just one aspect of it. I mean, there are people who are doing so well, like very, very well, with the audio form of content, yeah, like the podcast. Yeah, people who have over up to 5 million listeners, 50 million listeners, and all these are monetized. And then we have the audio visuals, which of course you can relate with to be the content we see on social media platforms and the rest of them. There are many categories though. Of course, there are other categories, but these are the basic, or the common ones can be placed in these 3 categories here. Do not jump off and start creating just any type of content. You need a plan to win your audience heart. This is strategic. It's like starting a business without a plan. Okay? Now, when we say starting a business without a plan, I'm not saying, the basic plan you all know, I'm talking of planning, the plan to scale, the plan to grow. That is the most important part of planning a business. So you do not just start a business because I want to start a business. I start a business because I've seen the future, or I've seen where this business is going to take me. Not really me. I know where the solution is going to get to. Okay. So the solution you're building or the product you're selling, you have to think of its scalability first before you jump into that business. So the same way too, you need to plan to win your audience. You need to take time to plan content creation. Okay. You need to have your audience in mind. So whenever you're creating your content, these things must be in your mind. Who are they? Who are your audience? What kind of audience do I want to reach? If I'm going to be creating, say, now out of business, now say spiritual content, because I want to reach out to lost souls, okay, spiritual in quote. Now, my content would, I have to, to create content that are in line with the principles that guides that aspect of media, okay, or that aspect of content, okay. Now, the second question you ask is, who do they want, or what do they want rather? So the people who you're going to be creating for, there are problems. I'm still going to be using the spiritual now. There are already problems. People may not understand certain principles, and I would want to create content regarding those principles, okay, because I have knowledge of it, right? Now, that's for that. Now, how do they want it? Now, what is the best form that my audience would want such a kind of content? Now, when it comes to something spiritual, of course, visual is fine, even audio is fine, right? So it can be the both of both, okay? It can be a mixture, or it can just be, say I want to create comedy. Of course, comedy will have to be visual, right? Audio visual. People will need to see and hear so they can flow with the comedy, okay? Now, where are they? So where are your audience, right? So if it's something that is global, you have to consider a lot. You have to consider language, okay? Maybe I want to reach out to people who love pidgin, because I know they're in Nigeria, they're in some other part of Africa, okay? Because pidgin is common, right? You need to know these tips so you can plan better and execute better too. Content creation is nothing about you, but everything about your audience. So it's always about your audience, okay? Even though a bit of your personality will be seen, you just have to have in mind that I'm creating this content for my audience. Yeah, creating a good content strategy. So we are now at the strategy part. There are some components that can help you create a good content strategy. Let's look at them. Insight and key performance indicators. This is more like analytics, okay? It is good for you to do A/B testing. A/B testing is comparing both content, okay? So let's say I create a content regarding vehicles. Now, there are different target audience. There are people who venture into importation. There are people who, the consumers. So depending on the people I want to target. So I can create content for these two individuals or these two categories of persons and test the one with the highest engagement. That's the word. I would decide, okay, this is the one I would stick with. So visual content structure. Having a content structure will help you stay focused and organized. You wouldn't want to mix content. Like, say I want to do lifestyle and then I want to do educational content. I have to do it separately. Very important, because show people a bit of lifestyle that may inspire a set of persons, and then educational content is a more serious kind of content that may not flow rightly with the lifestyle kind of content. Okay, not that it's not possible, but you just have to structure better. Okay, there is nothing too difficult for you to have. If you're good at both, to have both accounts. Say YouTube now, you can have a lifestyle account and you can have an educational account, and then you post separately on both accounts. Content automation tools. Of course, there are tools that can help you automate your posting. One of the easiest one is YouTube. So YouTube, you can schedule. That's how I do. I schedule my post. I can upload and announce to the audience and say, okay, in the next by Wednesday, by this time, it's coming up. Now I do not need to do anything. The content is there. I've put the time, and on that time the content will appear so people can watch. There are other tools for different social media platforms. All you need to do is to do your research. Yeah, audience acquisition. Now, we have over 5.4 billion internet users in the world, and 4.8 of it are on social media. The platforms I've been calling are social media platforms, YouTube, and then the most prevailing, which is TikTok. TikTok is massive right now, and why I love TikTok is it creates that avenue for anybody to win. Okay, the algorithm is superb. Like, it's not, I'll use the word stingy. The algorithm is not stingy. These other platforms have been there for a long time, and they've made the kings, and any newbie now coming in will need to work extremely hard before you can grow in those platforms. Just need to think out of the box for you to win in other platforms. But TikTok can make anybody popular. Yeah, so having this understanding that the market is there, the people to watch your videos are there, then you just have to start. Yeah, so the assurance is there. Okay, start by asking yourself these questions. Who are the people I want to serve? Okay, just like I said earlier, if you want to do for entertainment purpose, it's a general content. Then if I want to do content for something educative, then it has to be specific. So I cannot use certain language, right, or a channel that is educative. Okay, yeah, so who are the people that need my product and service to solve a problem, satisfy a need, and overcome a challenge? So these are the things I need to look at. So if I want to target younger people, I'm going to start with TikTok. So you have more younger people on TikTok than every other channel or platform. Yeah, so you have more people who are advanced on Instagram than on TikTok. Okay, whatever we've been saying is bringing us to this point. You can choose any platform you want for your business, but you need to also ask yourself this question: what platform do my audience use the most? Are my audience platform flexible? That you have to also decide. For me, I've decided so if I create shorts, I post my short on all content, on all platform rather. Whether it's YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, and even Twitter. Now, it depends on the kind of content. So if it's educative, of course, I would include LinkedIn to them. LinkedIn would not be favorable when I post for lifestyle. Okay, like vlogging. That's what I mean by lifestyle, like vlogging your life and all that. So whatever the case may be, here are things you should consider before choosing a platform. Your market. This includes your age bracket, location, and demand for your product. So let's work with affiliate marketing, for example. Now I want to start selling a digital product. The truth is, even though TikTok is a more entertaining platform, I've come to understand that TikTok has a lot of educative aspect to it. Like, depending on what when you sign up on TikTok, depending on what you constantly consume will be what the algorithm will continue to show you. So if I have two accounts, I have several accounts on TikTok, but each of them are designed to show me a different kind of algorithm. So if I want pure business, education, inspirational knowledge and all that, I have the TikTok for it. And then if I want spiritual, I have the TikTok for it. So if I want a bit of learning about content creation, that entertainment part, I have a TikTok for it. So it is basically what you choose, from your search. The algorithm studies your search, it studies your engagement on those content. It also studies how long you spend on a particular content. So if I love watching from the beginning to the end of a particular content, then it will always suggest that content to me. So you just need to understand this. Now, having the idea that TikTok has great potential when it comes to people who can buy your product, then I want to start with TikTok, because TikTok is actually good for organic reach. You can grow audience, like you can grow leads. We dealt with leads, the different kind of lead, cold, warm, and hot. Yeah, on the digital marketing, affiliate marketing course. You want to check that. So TikTok can give you a lot of leads for free. All you need to do is to create viable and valuable content. Okay, so what are the age limits or what are the age brackets that you want? You decide and then decide the platform. So if you want something a more mature, I won't say mature because these two platforms have them, Instagram and TikTok. But you have more younger people on TikTok than on Instagram because of how the algorithm favors everybody. Yeah, everybody. So then you need to check your goals. Say you want to reach 50K in 6 months. 50% from Facebook, 30 from X, and 20 from Instagram. Okay, so I want to, now I have a target. It's all about reach, right? I'm not looking at the platforms that I'm using to get this reach or this awareness. So I want to hit 50K. So I can decide to do 50 from Facebook, 30% from Twitter, and 20% from Instagram. I don't know why TikTok is not here, but TikTok, if I'm to choose, TikTok will be my number one to even help me to get a reach. A video posted can get me millions of views just by chance on TikTok. Of course, you need to study these things. That's why you're studying this course right now. Most content I do well is content that you replicate, but not verbatim, like not A to Z. Okay, so I want to run social media management content. I look for content that are doing well under that niche, and I try to replicate them, with a touch of my personality and my own vibes. Yeah, those content are bound to kick off and even kick off far beyond the one that has guided you to create that content, right? Yeah, so you want to work with that strategy. This platform is nothing about you, but persons you want to reach. Yeah, so once you have your case study studied, you can start implementing the A/B test principle. Okay, which is basically creating from one content. You can even edit from one content you've created, edit them in 2 different ways and post and check. From there, you would know the format that is more viable. You do that for at least for like 4 content. That would really help you to make a better decision. Content management and secrets. Content management platform. So there are automated platforms scheduling posts like on YouTube. Use the right element from free copyright, the right time to post, and getting a team. Yeah, so one of the things you also need to understand is, especially for those platforms that are monetized, you want to make sure you're using free audio to as a backup or as a background music, because you want to avoid music, like you want to avoid music songs, like artist songs. Some of them may be free for you today, but tomorrow it can be taken down. So we have amazing audios when it comes to platforms like Final Cut. Okay, you have inbuilt audios you can pick from. Then we have paid ones. Say you want something unique, then you can get paid platforms. I don't want to mention names. I'm not doing promo for anyone, so you can do your research. Then we have YouTube audio too. YouTube audio is beautiful. Audio library. So you have genres of, music media that you can use for any content you want. So content management platform. So part of it is you avoid copyright, and of course right time to post. So in most cases, 7 p.m. from whatever country you find yourself is the right time to post. Then another time is 12 at the dot when people have gone for break. Then another time is 7 a.m. in the morning before work. So before work, 6 or 7 a.m. people want to check their phones. Yeah. So these are the key times of posting. Now that doesn't mean if you post in between these times, it's not going to do well, but that's the known time when it comes to better performance. Okay, 7 in the night, 7. If you miss 7, post by 8. Then in the morning, 6 or 7 in the morning. Then for afternoon, you can do 11:45 or 12 at the dot. Now, what are the secrets? So this is where it gets interesting. Soft network. Now, for every content you create, you want to make use of your soft network first. People around you, you want them to subscribe, to comment and engage. But there are different platforms with different interpretation of this soft network engagement. For example, YouTube, I did a case study. I did an experiment with 2 videos on my YouTube channel. By the way, one is like 33k subs, even though I abandoned it for a long time. Just have to restart. There are 2 things I did, or rather an experiment I took. I had a goal for one video for people outside to engage significantly well. So the goal was to hit 100 comments, like in the first 2 hours. I wanted 100 comments. Let me see what will happen, and then 100 likes on the video. I think in the first hour, actually, I wanted that in the first hour. Along the line, I noticed that it wasn't moving, that they were not taking the video far. I think they suspected that, of course, from your analytics, you're going to see where your engagement is coming from. They'll put external source. Yeah, it was picking more of external source. External source was almost 90%. So in that situation, for YouTube they'll prefer that your video is being engaged inside YouTube platform. So say the people that your followers, if they can engage with your content in the first hour, then YouTube will continue to show other people that content. Okay, the reason is they want to be sure that you're not manipulating the engagement. I didn't know this before my experiment. Okay, so I have the other video that the engagement from outside, I was just reluctant to tell people to engage. Yeah, so that very one, it was just around 16% to 20% of external engagement, and YouTube was happy with that, and that video did better than even the video with massive comments and likes, because they were external. But TikTok is the other way around. Okay, if you have more engagement on TikTok, the algorithm will favor you, whether it's from external or internal. Okay, but always have this in mind that they always prefer internal than external. So they want the system, people who are just randomly clicking on social media should love your content, and that way they can push it out. But for TikTok is very friendly with external engagement. So having this understanding, you know how to use your soft network very well. Now, if you're going to be building YouTube, it is advised to start or to use Facebook. So create a Facebook page and post there consistently. The reason why Facebook is easier is that you can run ads to grow your Facebook page. Those people who are liking your page or following your page, the algorithm will always show them your video when you post them. So let's say with Facebook, you can plan and say, okay, I want to get to 50,000 followers. I'll be doing organic and I'll also be running ads. The reason is I will grow faster when I run ads, and any video I post, I can just get a short clip of that video on YouTube, post it, and while the video is getting interesting, I just end the video and tell them to click the link that comes with the post. Now that link will take them to my YouTube channel and they would watch. Of course, the goal is for them to subscribe, so you can either tell them to subscribe in a smart way. Okay, so that way I'm growing my YouTube channel and I'm also growing my Facebook channel, and these are the 2 brands or 2 platforms that are paying better for still content. But for live content, you can look at TikTok. Okay, so now the other strategy for people in the third world countries are to post from above. So if you have somebody outside in a first world country When I mean first world country, I'm talking of the US, I'm talking of UK and the rest. You can make them admins on your Facebook page and on your YouTube account. For YouTube, you do not necessarily need to make them admin. All you need to do is to give them access to the account. Now, all the content creators you see in third world that are successful do not post their content from their countries. It may sound somehow, but that's the truth. They have organizations, they have people who manage these creative ads outside. So once your content is good, they will hook you up and manage the monetization process and everything. So once your payment comes in a month, they take their cut and give you yours. That's the only way you can make good money from it, because advertisers pay better for advertisement from a first world country than a third world country. A third world country, there are just a handful of brands that will be willing to pay a 1/3 of what in a first world country what you have other brands do. If you want to take content creation serious, these are key information that you need. So if you have somebody outside, beautiful, perfect. Okay, just make sure you've got into that point of monetization first, and then you can engage them. Okay, then the other important strategy or secret you need to know is how the algorithm works for all content, rather for all platforms. Is once you make a post, what the algorithm studies is people's engagement with that post. So if that post has more engagement, they will continue to show more people that content. So your first content the content that you post would just get to few persons that are following you. Okay, if those people, if they engage, it means that they love the video. So the algorithm would understand that more people will need to see this content. So what you need to do is, once you have one engagement, try to follow up on that engagement. You can even create a series of engagement from just a post. You can test this out. Go to Facebook, make a post. The first person that comments on your post, you can start a full discussion with that person. The algorithm will understand that people are engaging on this, so those posts will perform better than your average post. Yeah, try it. Okay, so these are ways you can, especially for a beginner. That's why you see most even top content creators, they try to comment or reply a message so that engagement can continue and their videos can be shown to more persons. So this understanding is also crucial for growing any content platform or growing in any content platform.